Thanks to Corwin Motors for sponsoring the Keeping Score podcast. At Corwin Motors, they're proud to be family-driven for over 100 years. Their commitment goes beyond selling cars. They're dedicated to serving our community, providing you with the highest quality vehicles to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're searching for reliability, style, or comfort, they've got you covered. They understand that you rely on their website for accurate and up-to-date information. It's their promise to deliver relevant, detailed content that meets your needs. So if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet or just want to learn more, visit CorwinMotorsKalispell.com. On this episode of Keeping Score, I attended the AA State Championship football game. Glacier Wolfpack defeated Billings West to win their second title in school history. I spoke with senior leaders Asher Knopik and Jackson Presley after the win. I also caught up with head coach Grady Bennett to talk about what his feelings were and how proud he was of his team. Let's not waste any time and get right to it.
Champions, your Glacier
Okay, I'm here with state champion Asher Knopik. Asher, dude, tell me how much this means to you.
Dude, it means the world to me. Just, falling short the last 2 years, the way the team rallied and the way we came together. I'm just so proud of this team, of what we set out and what we accomplished.
Tell me what your guys' talk was at halftime. It was a physical game. They were a tough team. You got to give them a lot of respect. What was the message to try and, overcome that? It wasn't a deficit, but it was a tough battle tied at halftime.
Yeah, Billings West is a great team. They're well coached, and our coaches, just said smile through the blood. We're going to deal with adversity, especially in the state championship game. So, we just smiled through the blood, kept it play by play, and we just focused on rallying together and executing as a team rather than everybody as an individual.
And Asher, you've been busting runs all season, making plays. What tonight did they do specifically to make it hard? Because I could tell out there you were running hard as you could, but, some of those plays didn't pop as you usually did, but, you still played a great game.
Yeah, the box for Billings West, they fly downhill, and they made it on our linemen and backs tough to get yards. So credit to them, they did a great job in doing that.
All your teammates this year have talked about you and Jackson's leadership, how much they look up to you. What can you say about the guys that you've rallied? You've helped them come to a state championship. What can you say about the guys that you've played with this year?
Dude, I love them more than life itself, man. Coming here as a transfer, they showed me the way. They brought me in like family, and to lead them with Jackson, some other guys, it means so much to me how I can have a positive impact on them.
Absolutely, Asher. Now that football season's over, what are you going to do to relax? You got basketball around the corner. You got to take a little break for yourself. What's next?
Yeah, go out, celebrate tonight, Saturday, Sunday rest, and pass out, I don't know, just, celebrate with my team, I guess.
Absolutely, Asher. And what's one thing, you're so proud of? Is it the fans or how they followed you? Is it your players? What are you so proud of to be a Wolfpack tonight?
I think more than anything, I love the community of Kalispell. They show up, and, just the team itself, the program, they just show a real connection, I think, as a, brotherhood, and I'm just so glad I could be a part of it.
Last question I'll ask you, what will you remember most about this season?
I think I'll remember the most about, falling short the last 2 years, and then as a team, rallying together, and, we started this together, and we finished it together, and, yeah.
That's the way to do it, man. Congrats. Absolutely. You're awesome, dude. Congrats. Hell of a player. I'm here with Jackson Presley, state champion. Jackson Presley, how good does it feel to hear that?
It's so awesome. First, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for being with me through my high school journey. This is just so special, and I'm so thankful to be a part of this team and to create the friendships and the brotherhood that we've had here. It's so incredible. I'm just so thankful to have had this ride.
And just before we started the interview, you and Asher, you were choking up together. All your teammates I've talked about both of you, and they all are excited for you. You can hear them right behind me. Talk to me how much these guys mean to you behind me right here.
Man, I'm so thankful for this crew. Just every senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman have just impacted my life so much, and I'm so thankful for them. And the way they've shaped me as a man and helped me in my faith, and everything that I do is just so awesome. And I'm so thankful for these boys, and I'm so thankful that we were able to get it done.
And you guys did get it done. Jackson, what was your mindset tonight, quarter by quarter? First quarter was tough. Second quarter, tight game. Third quarter, fourth quarter, you had the game-winning touchdown. What was going through your mind in the play-by-play, quarter-by-quarter thinking?
It was just awesome. We battled some adversity in the first half, and we went in our locker room and just said, let's just be us. And we came out, and ready to get it rocking. And our O-line just cleared such a great way, just throughout the whole drive. And our perimeter, everything was just doing fantastic. And they were able just to open up a path for me just to run through. Same with Asher. They were able to open up such an incredible hole for him to run through, and he was able just to pound it through. So it was just so incredible. We knew we had the momentum, and it was fun to get it rolling.
Jackson, what are you going to remember most about this team now? You got college football next, so you're going to have these memories forever, state championship forever. You're going to love it the rest of your life. What are you going to remember about this season and the last season and your sophomore season? And before you even came here, what are you going to remember about high school experience?
Man, I'm just going to remember the brotherhood, and I'm going to take that with me my whole life, because this brotherhood is so special, and they have shaped me as a man and just as a football player, and it's so incredible. And I'm just so excited to take these friendships with me, though. This doesn't stop just because the game's over. These are my brothers, and I'm so thankful to just be on their journey, just a little part in their journey, and they're a huge part of my journey.
Talk about the crowd tonight. I know you were excited. You were getting them amped up. Full crowd. Your families are here. Friends are here. Talk about how fun it was to play in front of that environment.
It's so cool. I mean, you look at this crowd, and it's just such an incredible environment. And when I first moved here, I was so nervous on just what to expect and how people were going to, think of me and all these different things. But they just embraced me with open arms. And it's just so incredible, and this place will forever be my home. And I'm so thankful for Glacier, for Kalispell, for Montana, for Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Last question I'll ask you, Jackson. You were a stud all year on offense. Asher was too. We get to keep going down the line. Talk to me about your defense. They held you guys in this, all playoffs. They got better and better each game, I thought.
Man, our defense is unstoppable. I mean, you watch them really just the whole season. I mean, they've done so well, and we compete so hard at practice, and they make us better, so we're honestly just iron sharpens iron, and so we're able to compete, get better every single week, and then you see what happens on Friday nights.
Absolutely. Well, congrats, my man. State champion. Best of luck the rest of your way. You've been fun to talk to.
Thank you, guys.
I'm here with head coach Grady Bennett, state champion. Coach, tell me what you're feeling. I know you just got water dumped all over you, so you're a little cold, but what's your reaction, Coach?
I mean, really, it's just pride. I'm just so proud of this group of kids. I mean, I've done it for 35 years, and so for me, I mean, it's special, obviously, but it's about them. I think what's so awesome is the last 13 years, the Glacier Wolfpack have played in 6 state championship games. That's almost half of the last 13 seasons. It's unbelievable. So I'm so proud of our coaches, our program, and these kids that just keep coming and buying into our vision and working. But this group, especially 365 days ago on this night, they set their plan in motion. It wasn't me. I know I've told you before.
Yeah.
I didn't have to motivate them or inspire them in the offseason. They just said, Coach, this is what we have to do to get back to this place, and we've got to host it here. So to see them go to work and then get it done and finish it tonight, I just couldn't be happier for them. I mean, I'm happy for them, and I'm proud of them.
Right, and it shows on all your guys' faces. You finally got, after 2 years state championship, you got the third one. Obviously, it's a huge win for you guys tonight. Coach, you said how much this group means to you. You're going to remember this team forever. What specifically, going back to the summer when I was interviewing you at practice to last week when I was talking to you, what's something that's going to stick with you with this team forever?
Well, they've changed the program. I ask every senior class, leave the program better than you found it. Take it to the next level, and our guys do that really every year, is just class after class. But this group did some things that will kind of change our MO, change the way we do things forever. The way they combined incredible character. This is a fantastic group of young men. I mean, the way they treat people, the way they serve, the way they love each other. They're just great people. I could talk about them for an hour, but they combined it with a fierce competitiveness. When they hit the lines on Friday Night Lights, they were just ferocious in the way they competed. And it's like I said, they set a new standard for how we need to play football year in and year out.
Coach, your offense has been exciting all year. It's been mainly the talking point, but it's the defense this playoffs that you've seen just take another level. Talk to me about their performance tonight and what you've seen for them to be so dominant on that side of the ball.
Well, it started up front with our defensive line. I mean, those guys were absolutely fantastic. They just wrecked game plans. There's nothing you can do because they destroyed. But then we had probably more team speed. We didn't really have any, say, guys that are going to go win the 100 in the state track, but we had an entire team that could run. I know one of our older coaches, Steve Crocker, that has coached for a long time, He said, Coach, man, in my 40-plus years, I don't know if I've ever seen a team with this much collective speed. So the way they just were able to fly through to the ball, plays that looked like might be big, ended up being 3 or 4 yards. Just unbelievable. But they competed. They played with such great passion. They played together. They played for each other. Just all the things that you need to be a championship team.
You're totally right, Coach. You know, watching them tackle reminds me of the Montana Grizzlies, the way they rallied the football, 6, 7, 8 of them. Coach, last thing I'll ask you, you know, what was it like tonight playing in front of these fans? This is the loudest I've ever heard it. So, you know, what did you take away from the support and energy from Kalispell tonight?
Well, thank you so much, Kalispell. Thank you for coming out and supporting these boys. They deserve that support, and I'm thankful. You know, I looked around when the game was a little tenuous there at the start, and I looked around and I said, man, we cannot let these fans down. I mean, it was awesome. What a great crowd. So, again, thank you to the town of Kalispell, and I'm really proud of our guys for getting it done in front of you tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time. Congrats to state championship. Thank you.
This summer, the Daily Interlake followed the Brist family from their 5th-generation Montana farm to the bustling Northwest Montana Fair. From early morning chores to the intensity of the show ring, we captured the triumphs, sacrifices, and bonds that define livestock life.
Even though the animal might be kind of rude or kind of bossy, you still have that deep affection for the animal. And I just find that a good life lesson, even though a person on the surface might seem a little rude. I don't know why I'm tearing up, guys. I get it.
In this 2-part podcast series, hear the story of a family carrying on tradition, celebrating victories, and facing the bittersweet goodbyes that come with raising animals. Join us for Season 4 of our Deep Dive podcast, From Farm to Fair.